Salvete omnes, nomen mihi conicus. Welcome to the beginning of a new series, World's Worst Walkthrough. I thought it would be fun to do a walkthrough series. I'm going to start in Korthos and see where it takes me. Why is it the worst? Well, because I'm probably going to miss something. If you follow these walkthroughs, you will get through the quest, you will complete. Will you get full completion on everything, every objective? Probably not. Will you see every strategy or tip for quick completion? No, because I don't know all of them. These are going to be slow. Like a lot of my stuff, this is going to be longer. But part of this is going to be reading the story and really making connections between the different quest chains and you know what is. So it's a little flower sniffing. I'm not going to necessarily stop and admire the scenery very often, but I'm going to take my time. And this is as much for me as it is for anybody else. I don't take my time very often, and I want to do that. So we're going to do this on an Acolyte of the Skin, because I find this to be a very very good solo class. Yeah, we're going to do Acolyte of the Skin, no path. I'm going to take a Tiefling just to optimize a little bit. This is on my VIP account. I'm not going to use some of the premium stuff that I have. Universal Tome, Tome of Learning, things like that. And I'm not going to use my my permanent hirelings to try and create as much of a recreatable experience as possible. But the point of this is primarily to show, where things are, how to get through each quest, and the story of what's going on. So I'm gonna max. Actually, I want a little bit more skills, so I like to have jump. Use magic device, and for a future, we're going to take a little bit of tumble and a little bit of perform. This is for the new changes coming, because it's a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to take True Patron, and then on Acolyte of the Skin, I start with Evocation Focus as opposed to Maximize or Empower, because I don't get the spells or the spell-like abilities, the glare attacks, until like level 6. So I'm going to go ahead and get my evocation up as high as possible, but if you would rather take maximize, that would be fine too. Let's see, take shield. All right, now I am very boring. I take the same horns and tail. Eyes. All right, looks great. take chaotic neutral. Wait, I'm not doing any MBUs, so I need to take new neutral. Let's see. Per ambulance. This is like walking through in Latin, or at least you could pull that out of that word. So let's see how we do. Okay. So I am going to there. I'm going to pause the recording while I get things set up.
You find yourself waking on a shore of flotsam. Memories of a large white dragon striking your ship come flooding back.
Okay.
Ah, you're awake. Oi, you ain't undead,
Go talk to
are you?
Jeets. Hey, were you on that ship that got attacked by the dragon? You're the first survivor we've seen, and Sailor's been washing up for hours. Are you looking for survivors or looting bodies? Now, don't stop blaming a poor rogue for making a living. Besides, I didn't take nothing from you. You got nothing worth taking. Yes, I seem to have misplaced my belongings. It's right dangerous to walk around without a blade. For my good deed of the day, I can give you something back at my camp. All right, lead the way.
What the halfling said was true. No one but you made it to the island alive.
Follow me.
Okay, so we have been
this road
shipwrecked,
for now.
Come on.
and we were attacked by that dragon over there, which we can't select or target.
Follow me. Here we are. So you want a weapon or not?
Here's a weapon for you, but then you do me a little favor, tit for tat, right? Well, that depends on what you want. So I'm going to take a quarterstaff. My weapon choice right now is kind of irrelevant. This is some stuff that I'm going to put in my bank.
As you take hold of the weapon, feeling its balance, you can't help but
That weapon suits you, so ready to help me out. Now, if you pick a weapon that you're not proficient with, Jeets will say something a little different and try and get you to pick a different weapon. What task do you have more? Here's the deal. Salimus is waiting for us in a cave up the path. Go and tell her we'll be along shortly, just as soon as we finish with all the salvage on the beach. That's it? Give a message to this Salimus? Well, I'm sure Salimus would appreciate any help you can give her too. And it'll make her less likely to smash my noggin in when I catch up. Very well. I'll go to this cave and help her.
Salimus is at the grotto. Tell her to keep her knickers on.
Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do here is as you're getting started, it's not a terrible idea to just go ahead and break all of these boxes and crates and barrels and things. So these potions.
I shall show you the way.
So we can follow him, but he's not going to let us. He's not going to let us get too far behind. And there's really not a very. It's difficult to get lost here, is what I'm saying. So don't worry about it too much. These potions will be helpful. This is number 5 on the bar here is where I put my healing.
Was it exciting?
Whatever healing ability or potion or spell or whatever I happen to have. As a warlock, I'm not going to have much in the way of healing. So I'm going to be very dependent on my hirelings. I'll be using a lot of cleric and favored soul hirelings. I don't need arrows.
Here we are. Go inside and speak with Salimus. I'll wait here for Jeets.
Okay, so we're going to go in the grotto. We don't have a choice. This is only solo.
Is this Salimus, the cleric you were sent to find?
Who in Kyber are you?
Let's see. I am the warlock Perambulance. I am the warlock Perambulance. A dragon attacked my ship, and I alone survived. I then met your companions who asked me to protect you until they arrived. My name is Perambulance, and I woke up on the beach to a rogue who most likely took my possessions. He then extorted my promise to be your lackey. So I'm going to lean towards the funny. A lot of these don't really make much difference. There isn't a there's no real consequence for answering one way or the other in most cases. I humbly apologize for my associate. He has a good heart, even if he does not always show it. I'll help you navigate this cave, which leads to a nearby fishing village. You'll be able to find a hot meal and some work there. What exactly are you doing in these caves? Is Jeet Shimus your friend? Aren't you worried about turning your back to a rogue? Is Talbron your friend? Why is he at the camp and not here helping you? I've been hired to clear this cave of Sawagan. Jeet and Talbron are supposed to help me. I hope they don't tarry too long. If you come with me, you should be comfortable with Sawagan blood all over that rusty weapon of yours. What's a Sawagan? They're ugly, scaly, slimy, and they like to sacrifice innocents to their dark devourer god. For these reasons, I am eager to smite them. Okay. I mean, the sacrificing innocents part, sure, but I mean, you want to kill them because they're ugly? That's not really cool. All right, can I ask you something else? Is Jeet's your friend? I once thought so too, but Jeet's changed my mind long ago. By the silver flame, he can still get my blood boiling sometimes, but he's never let me down when it truly mattered. Also, Talbron thinks the word of him. Okay? Is Talbron your friend? Talbron has my highest respect. He has a history with Jeet's, and they're inseparable. Still, I'd wish they'd hurry. With all the Sawagan in these caves, I'll sorely miss Talbron's sorcery. I believe that's all of it. All right, let's go.
First, I shall surround us with a protection spell.
Her spell temporarily prevents you from dying, though you can still suffer injuries. This effect.
Okay, so I'm going to turn my Eldritch Blast back on.
Now, let's be about it. A gate? There must be a way to open it. Try up that
You
ladder.
hear the shuffling,
I'll remain here,
wheezing of
bashing
some
Sawagan
creature
trying to
coming from
sneak
the
out.
corridor ahead.
Take this guy out.
The corroded
And then
lever
pull
at the
this,
rear of this
lever.
corridor most likely controls.
If you'll notice these
where the
red
cleric,
symbols,
Salimus,
that's kind of telling you where to
No
go.
time to dawdle.
There are a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times where
To glory.
the game gives you some clarity about where you're supposed to go, even in a confusing area. All right, so we're going to swing around here. Then they wait for, this time they wait for us to pull this lever.
Impressive. Sawagan
So
are
pull the
behind
lever
this
and then run it.
charge!
Now, you can't die, so there's no real reason not to get yourself involved in the combat. However,
The door closed
these three are
behind us.
more than capable of taking everything out. So if you want, you can just come over here and hide and go get some coffee or something. But again, you can't die, so there's no reason not to just rush in and get the hang of combat.
There are more of them
try
out there.
to-
Stay alert.
Learn your abilities. If you have spells, try them out. If you have
For the flame!
different attacks, try those out.
Sawagan wretches, are you
Learn
scared
to-
of me? Come down and fight.
Learn to move around. This is a very active combat style. So where you stand matters, not so much from a positional standpoint in a
Such
traditional
a thing
MMO
to do.
sense, but it matters because
let's
if
find a way
you
out of
aren't where the sword is, you don't get hit. If you aren't where the lightning bolt is, you don't get hit. Okay, so I happen to know that this is going to open. It's
I just
pretty
stepped
obvious.
on something.
Good
And then we're going
work.
to swim down here,
See a key down there. Who's up for a swim?
You grab
pick up the
silver
key,
key.
and then your jump key, spacebar for most of you. will bring you up quickly. And then you can jump up and come over here and open this door. If you need to, you can rest here at this shrine. This will get you your spell points back if you spent a lot of your spell points in that last battle.
Why don't you scout
It could be a good time to rest.
Don't get yourself
This is a resurrection shrine, which is utterly useless in this quest because you can't die. But this is where you would go to resurrect yourself if you die. I'm sure at some point in this series I will die, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so we talked to Jeets. Hey, that's a nasty trap. Lucky for you, I'm here. Why is that? Only blokes with rogue skills can deal with traps. Blokes like me. Don't you worry. If you really want to, you can find a trainer to teach you rogue abilities. Once you've got enough experience to handle it, that is. Okay, now what he means by that is you can multi-class. He doesn't mean that you can go to a trainer and learn how to open locks as a warlock. Right now, as of this recording, there are 3 classes that give you the ability to disarm traps. Rogues, Artificers, and the Ranger archetype Dark Hunter. Those are your only 3 options. If you want to do traps, you have to have at least 1 level in each of those, or in one of those classes. All right. I'll wait while you disable the trap. So if you had rogue skills, he would explain to you how to do this yourself. Okay, you hear that little click? Little that means the trap has been disabled. And so you can go through. They still have the red symbols. So you just follow through. There's really no way to get lost here.
The high priestess should
see, like even over here, there's nothing here. There's nothing over here.
Squarely upon her slime
just follow through quest. Now Talbron says he's going to wait.
Performing some kind of profane blood magic.
Okay, so the priestess is doing something awful.
Yourself. Ready.
Okay, so we're perfectly justified going in here and killing everything that we see. Okay. So we took out those 3.
There's a secret passage
and then we can come over here and get this treasure. This is going to be your first set of loot. What you get here will depend on your class. As a warlock, I don't get much.
You and I'll take care of the important stuff.
This is going to give me something a little bit better than starter rags. This ring gives you the ability to have water breathing for a bit, which is very helpful. Okay.
Rogue senses are tingling. There's something fishy in
You
this
feel
room.
a stiff.
Okay, this is a tutorial on search. You can see I have search here on my hotbar. I use a gamepad, so I have a key. I have a button for that.
Found the secret passage?
The
Go on.
secret doors get highlighted like that after you find them.
Here I come.
There are some hirelings that can also search. They're premium hirelings, but they exist.
But first, I want to reward you for your assistance.
Okay, so she's going to reward
Please,
us.
come speak with me.
We've made it, Perambulans. The door ahead should take us out to the village. But before we go, I want to give you something from my stash. And thanks for your assistance to me and my fellows this day. Oh, thank you very much, Lady Vilhune. Haha, call me Salimus. May you always walk the righteous path, Perambulans, and the holy flame look kindly upon your days and deeds. Okay. So as a warlock, this doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to take... Actually, I usually take the mace, but again, it doesn't matter. I'm probably just going to dump it. Okay, so we go out this door. And now we are in the village of Korthos.
Find yourself in Korthos village. The Sahuagin have threatened this place for generations. Judging from how it looks now, the Sahuagin are winning. However, some hopeful souls still hold out for help to arrive.
Okay, so we are that help. All right, so we're going to stop here and talk to Randall. This is pretty obvious. Hey, look at me. Also over here is our objectives and quests that we can do. It says there's more. Okay, so this gives us a little bit more. Stepping out of the grotto, you find yourself in Grotto's village. All right, so that's the thing we just heard. Look for Kaja Bauerdouter by the Korthos graveyard. All right, that's her right there. But we're going to talk to Randall here because he's got a big glowy thing on his head. Now, where did you come from? I guess it doesn't matter. I am Randall the Traveler. This is Korthos village, and it's going through hard times. What hard times, you say? Why don't you have a look around the village and find out for yourself? Okay, so this is giving you a tutorial on how to bind our character. If you fall in battle, you return to the last place you bound your spirit. That "at" is unnecessary. Characters who can bind your spirit have the Spirit Binder title beneath their names. Every tavern has a Spirit Binder inside. Find the Spirit Binder inside the Wavecrest Tavern and ask him to bind you. I'll go look for the Spirit Binder. Okay, so we'll go and do that first because that's the first quest that we've been given. To be honest, I never do this. But we're going to go into the Wavecrest Tavern here, and you can see on the map, let me pull this out here. The Wavecrest Tavern is marked. This is Kaja. This is where we're going to go. These chalices are quest givers. Okay. These are doors. These are trainers. These little leaves are trainers. Okay, and this is the general vendor. All right, so we're going to go inside the Wavecrest Tavern. And we're going to find the Spirit Binder. Here's the Spirit Binder, Brother Malden. Welcome to Korthos, or what's left of it. I am Brother Malden. I used to preach, but these days few will listen. Is there something you need? If I fall in battle, can you bring me back? Yes, even in the darkest of times, the struggle must go on. I can bring you back from the great beyond if your work here is not done. Do you want me to resurrect you here at the Wavecrest from now on? Yes, I want to be resurrected here. Now, this can be changed. You can change where your spirit is bound. And if you get into a guild, which I highly recommend, your guild ship may very well have a Spirit Binder on the ship, which is going to be preferable. I have every intention of joining a guild. And I will show you how that might go here in a minute. But we're going to do some work here in Korthos. This little pup is from the patron bundle or patron coffer. There's nothing mechanical about him. It's simply cosmetic, so I'm just going to let him run around. All right, it is questing time, but before we do that, I'm going to hope that I collected enough money to buy a hireling. So these, I'm using my hand to point, these swords crossed above somebody, that tells you they're a hireling vendor, so we're going to talk to him. Welcome to the island, visitor. Word has it that you might be in the market for some help during your adventures. Perhaps you would like to take on one of my hirelings for a nominal fee. And it is very nominal. Okay. Oh, good. I can't afford Dryad, so I always take Dryad. I'm going to get a couple copies of her. And so the way these work is when you call them in a quest, they last for 1 hour of in-game time. Now, if you're still in a quest when they expire, they stay with you until you go into a public area or you dismiss them. Okay. So, there's another quest over there, which is perfectly fine to go first, but we're going to do things in the order that they give us. Actually, I think that's going to be... No, we're going to do one... We're going to get one quest in, even though... No, this is half an hour already. So we're going to pick up here, and no. If I'm not going to do a quest, I'm going to get into a guild. All right, so how do you get into a guild? I hit O for the social panel. And you can see that I'm not in a guild. It's going to take a while for this to load. But I'm looking for a particular guild here, which is We All Die Alone. Okay, so we're going to send this person a tell. How would... see. Right. See, who should I ask? Who can I ask for a guild invite? Okay, so I'm sending a tell to complete stranger. This is what I was told to do in the there we go. This is what I was told to do in the forums. All right, so now I'm in a guild. So after I finish after I get off of Korthos, I will go to the guild airship and get a bunch of buffs and go to the bank and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to try to stay on Snowy Korthos and kind of run through the game as it is, and we'll see how that goes. So that is it for now. There's 0 walkthroughs, so I will call this episode 0. Well, I guess we did the Grotto, but whatever. All right, so gratias vobis ago. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for Hayton's Rest. Si waletis, ego waleo, walete.